Hey, third graders. Thank you very much for joining me at our math lesson. So, as usual, I have the 7 division and 7 times tables here because on Thursday you are going to recite the 7 division tables to me. I'm going to sing the song. You can sing along because you've heard it many times, and it goes to the tune of Happy Birthday. Did you notice that? All right. So it goes like this: 7, 14, 21, 28, and 35, 42 and 49, 56 and 63, and 70, and 77, and 84. Now for this part, when I ask you on Thursday something like, what is 63 divided by 7? Well, you can sing the song and just count with your fingers. 7, 14, 21, 28, and 35, 42 and 49, 56 and 63. Oh, I'm holding up 9 fingers. 63 divided by 7 is 9. All right, I'll try to sing this one more time before our lesson ends. Now, go ahead and grab your math books to page 163. 163. We are looking at Roman numerals on page 163. I believe you went over this with Mrs. Jones in 2nd grade. And I like how this owl is holding up a little placard. I equals 1, B equals 5, and X equals 10. The barred owl is known for its call. Who cooks for you? Okay. So I want to read this part up here. The digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are Arabic numbers. Now, the reason why they're called Arabic is because back in the day, they realized they could convert these Roman numerals to what we see now. All right. Arabic numbers use place values. The number 23 means 2 tens and 3 ones. Okay. I, V, and X are Roman numerals. Roman numerals use rules instead of place values. Oh, all right. So let's look at the first one. Repeated Roman numerals are added. So if you see something that's repeated, like the I, that means you're adding them. So this is 1, obviously. This is 1 plus 1, which is 2. And this one is 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 3. Now, you never do this. You will never see a Roman numeral repeated more than 3 times. So you're not going to see 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless you're doing like tally marks, with the whole like this. That's when you see, it by itself. But normally you don't. 4, if you know, looks like this, right? Okay. Now here, if a lesser Roman numeral follows a greater Roman numeral, you need to add. So I have a story with this. For example, let's take a look at this one. This is VI, right? You've got a Roman numeral 5, okay, plus 1, which is 6. Now, here's a story that I tell every year to my kids. You have the big brother, and the little brother is following him, and the mom says to the big brother, hey, let your little brother play with you. And the big brother says, okay, come on, you can play with me, little brother. So they add, which makes 6 here in this case, all right? This next one here, you've got a big brother. You've got a big brother, and he's followed by 2 little brothers. So that's 5 plus 1 plus 1, which is 7. Okay. Here again, you've got a big brother followed by 3 little brothers. Oh man. All right. Or little siblings, whatever. They might be little sisters too. Either way, they're young. So he has to let them in on his game or whatever he's doing. So this is 8. So that's the story I tell my class every year about the big brothers and the little ones following after him. Here, what happens if the little brothers are in front? So this is 5, okay? We know that because the owl says so right here. V is 5. But here, take a look at this. The little brother is in front, right? And that makes the big brother mad. So when the little brother is in front, the big brother will say, hey, you're supposed to be in the back. And he kind of like pushes him to the back, and it looked like this. So we're subtracting. So this is really 5 take away 4. It looks very backwards, I know. 5 take away 1. 5 take away 1, which is 4. Okay? All because the little brother's in the front and the big brother says, hey, go to the back. X. Now we know X, according to the owl, Mr. Owl is 10. But here, we've got the little brother in front, and the big brother says, hey, go to the back. So that's 10 take away 1, which we know is 9. Excuse me. Now, we did a lot of Roman numerals, and your job, if you don't know your Roman numerals, is to complete number 4. So they did some of it already for you. Like here, they did 1, 5, and 10. So you have to just find the rest of these, like 2. Which one is 2? 2's up here. So you write down the Roman numeral for 2, which is this. Which one is 3? Oh, it's up here. So you write down the Roman numeral for 3. Which one is 4? Oh, it's over here. IV. Okay, go ahead and do the rest. Some of you already know it. Okay. If you do, great. Okay, now I'm going to put the rest down. So this is VI, VII, VIII, IX. Okay, that's what you should have. Now for number 5, you just have to write the Roman numerals. And this is easy too because, again, we did it already in numbers 1 through 3. Just write the Roman numerals. So 10 is easy. Again, the owl is holding up the placard that tells you what 10 is, X. 5, the owl is holding up a card that tells you what 5 is V. 7, we can just look over here. Easy. Oh, took a picture. VII. It's basically repeating number 4. IX, but it's not in order. Oopsie. What's this one? V, VI, VIII. Alrighty, see? Okay. So that was all page 163. Let's move along now to page 164, backside. I'm going to do number 6 with you. Remember this? And we did the hand motions on Monday. Yeah, we did the hand motions. Some of you got to see it. I know Jeremiah and Haley did the hand motions with me, so I saw them do that, so thank you very much. All right, so we're going to convert the measures, and I know this will be confusing, but just follow along. Please make sure you're not just copying me, you're following along and listening to what I'm saying. All right, number 6A. We've got to change it from yard to feet. I'm not going to pay attention to the number, okay? I'm not going to pay attention to the number, just to the units yard and foot. So I've got yard. Which one's bigger? The yards are bigger, right? My yardstick is bigger than the ruler. The ruler is a foot. So I've got something going from big to small. If I'm going from large to small, I'm doing the hand motions, large to small, I multiply. So I'm going to multiply. Now I have to ask myself, how many feet are in a yard? Now I'm not going to say how many yards are in a feet because that doesn't make sense. You don't have something big trying to fit into something small. So how many feet are in a yard? 3. Okay. Then you do 4 times 3, which is, or 3 times 4, 12. So you put 12 right here. Let me use a darker color. All right. Now with B, you've got peck in bushels. So who's bigger? Now, if you forgot, I'm going to draw my bush, right? And then the pecks. So who's bigger? I hope you said the bush is bigger. Let me erase this. Boo, 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 boo. Okay. So my pecks are small and the bush is big. All right. So I'm going from a small to larger measurement. All right. So from small, I'm doing the hand motions. From small to big, I divide. So I'm going to divide. How many pecks are in a bushel? I didn't finish drawing all those pecks. Do you remember? 4. Okay. So that is 16. Now remember, when we divide, we put the bigger number first, divided by 4. Or you can do this, 16 divided by 4. It's the same idea. Is 4. Okay, 16 divided by 4 is 4. Please make sure you're doing this neatly too. If you make it messy, it will be more confusing. Letter C. Okay, so who's bigger, a week or a day? Who's bigger? A week, okay. So week is bigger than day. So I'm going from large to small. So big to small, I'm doing hand motions. Big to small, I multiply. Now, I'm not going to say how many weeks are in a day. That doesn't make any sense. But I am going to ask how many days are in a week. So how many days are in a week? 7. So that means this is 6 times 7. 6 times 7. Or 7 times 6. Same idea. If you know your 6 times tables and your 7 times tables, you should know this. 42. 42. Okay, letter D. Cups and pints. Who is bigger? The pints. So that means I'm going from small to big. I'm going from a small measurement to a large measurement. Okay, so small to big I. I'm doing the hand motion. Small to big I divide. Do you remember how many cups are in a pint? Not how many pints are in a cup. Again, that doesn't make any sense. But there are 2 cups in a pint. And that means I'm going to do 8. So I'm taking this number, 8 divided by 2, which is 4. Okay? We'll practice this more at our meeting, all right? Because I know it can get confusing. So the rest of the page is seat work. Oh, I forgot that was there. This is the clue to the riddle from the language lesson. You have to read, or at least you have to watch the language lesson in order to get the riddle, right? But this is the clue. It's a calculator. Okay, so there you go. Here's the seat work for today. Please be sure to do page 164, number 7, 8, 9, and then homework number 2. So you're going to do 7, 8, 9, and homework number 2. Okay? Thank you very much, third graders. I will see you at our meeting.